It's our First NBC Bank Weekend Review, brought to you by First NBC Bank with 35 locations throughout the greater New Orleans area. That's First NBC Bank, proud sponsor of SportsNoah.com. Ken Trahan with Lenny Van Gilder, and it was an interesting weekend. Anthony Davis in the All-Star game, if you want to call it that. It's an exhibition, and he made all but one shot, scored 24 points, had 6 rebounds. Stats don't matter.
If you taking alley-oop dunks as shots, then yeah, I would be 12 for 13 too if I could jump that high. But no, it was really, really strange what you saw. You saw dunks and you saw three-pointers, usually most of them uncontested. Little to no defense in this game. It took no defense to another extreme. We thought we had seen it. What the record for points in a game was 163, and the West scored 196. It's a good thing. Apparently, the scoreboard only went to 199, so it's a good thing they didn't score 200. But that was just a bizarre night of basketball. The good thing, Saturday night.
Sting's halftime show, yeah.
Well, Sting's halftime show, but Saturday night was the most entertaining in many, many, many years, maybe going back to the days of when it was still on Saturday afternoon and shown on tape delay with Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins going head-to-head. And it was extraordinary with Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon going head-to-head. And at the end, I mean, they could have continued just to give 50s and just let them dunk all night long, because it was truly a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, I did not see that covering wrestling, but I'm sure it was quite good. And now the Pelicans head into not the second half, but technically the second half, even though on the schedule it's not the second half. And, of course, they've got a major uphill battle. In all likelihood, they're not going to make the playoffs based upon where they're at right now. And they'll be without Evans. And Eric Gordon should be back here anytime. So we'll see how much that benefits this team. And then Mark Spears, of noted NBA writer of Yahoo, saying that Ryan Anderson is going to hit free agency and intends to do that even if anybody wants to trade for him. Just be sure that you're going to get a rental.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're dealing with there. And, of course, the news Evans is out for the year. Gordon ideally could be back as soon as Friday when they return for the quote-unquote, as you say, second half. The Sixers come here Friday night. That's probably the good news on the second half of the schedule. You still get to play the Sixers twice. In theory, it should be 2 wins, but they are playing a lot better. Who knew that Ish Smith would make them that much better?
Yeah, no kidding. College basketball, big win for LSU over Texas A&M. They needed this one. It's an RPI game. Of course, it's diminished a bit because A&M's on a slide. I mean, they've lost 4 in a row in the conference, but still they have a pretty good RPI, so that's important for LSU to get that win. And Tulane with a good home win over Memphis as well, so they've got a little bit going now.
Yeah, Tulane's won 2 in a row. Good for them. It's been a struggle for much of 2016, but seemingly, turning some things around here in the past week. And yeah, LSU and Kentucky now tied for first in the SEC. Look, they're still not in. It was interesting to me if you followed. They had a mock selection with members of the media, and basically it's all. You follow the procedures, and they just want the media to understand how it works in the room. LSU wasn't in the field of 68. So now that was before the A&M game. So let's see. There's still 6 games left. They got a big one Wednesday night at home with Alabama. Still got to play Kentucky one more time. Still got to play Florida one more time. Some key games down the stretch here in the regular season. Clearly, if they win the regular season title, they're going to be in. But there's still 3 weeks left of the regular season. Some key games to be played.
Yeah, you have to take care of business at home and win the home games, including Florida. That's a big one, and you could afford to lose to Kentucky if you win those home games the rest of the way, and probably still get in. College baseball, Delgado got its season underway this past weekend. They won them all except for one, so a pretty good start for the Dolphins.
Good start, and it's a tough test. You come right out the box, you play 6 games in 4 days, and that's probably the one area that Joe Sherman was most concerned about when we talked to him last week was his pitching, and trying to see exactly what he had. He felt pretty good about his offense, his defense, but the pitching was the one area that he wanted to see, and getting 5 wins in 6 games certainly has to be encouraging.
And, of course, other schools getting ready to open their seasons, from UNO and Blake Dean making his debut to Tulane in a highly anticipated season for David Pierce and his team, and, of course, LSU always a top 10 team with Paul Maneri.
Season starts Friday in Division I. Everybody gets underway Friday night. LSU's at home to Cincinnati, Tulane at home against Illinois, and UNO will be part of the MLB Urban Youth Academy tournament going on both at Maestri Field and right across the street at the Urban Youth Facility at Wesley Barrow.
Yeah, look forward to that. It's going to be fun. High school sports, and congratulations to Brother Martin for winning a 5th consecutive state wrestling championship. and to De La Salle for winning its first wrestling state championship in 45 years. So very significant on both ends. One, a budding dynasty. The other, a great story resurrecting a once great program.
Exactly. Two extremes there, if you will. And but at the end of the day, the trophies still look the same. And congratulations to both of those schools for taking home another state championship.
Yeah, good stuff to say the least. And hope you had a chance to catch Brother Martin and St. Augustine on our prep showcase this past weekend on the website at sportsnola.com. And we got more to come.
More to come. Tuesday, we'll have a great one. Carr McDonough 35. Tuesday, 5:30 is the tip-off. Make a note of that, but watch it right here at sportsnola.com. You had some girls basketball. By the way, watch coming out later today. We'll have a story for you here at sportsnola.com. The girls basketball playoff brackets coming out. Those playoffs get underway this Thursday.
All good stuff. And, of course, a big week for prep track and field this coming weekend, their state championship. Soccer the following week, so a lot of sports intersecting now. It's going to be fun. We always enjoy it, and we hope that you enjoyed our coverage of wrestling this past weekend. So that pretty much does it.
I think we've covered it.
Except for this. Watch Sports NOLA TV, 6 p.m. Monday night, WHNO, Channel 20, with Ricky Jackson, Brian Alley Walsh, and some other guy. Lenny, as always, thanks. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, let's mention one other thing in terms of what's coming up this week on WHNO. Prep Recruiting Insider Wednesday at 6. Special guest in our NOLA Motorsports Park studio, Tulane coach Willie Fritz. So you want to take a look for that.
All right, we look forward to it. That is our first NBC Bank Weekend Review, brought to you by First NBC Bank with 35 locations throughout the metropolitan New Orleans area and beyond. That's First NBC Bank, proud sponsor of SportsNOLA.com. He's Lenny. I'm Kenny. Have a great week, and God bless you.